Marriage and motherhood. Get ready. Let's go. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Marriage Tune-Up, where we are fine-tuning marriages one discussion at a time. Today we're talking about balancing motherhood and marriage. Today being Mother's Day, we would be remiss if we didn't wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Before we go any further, we want to ask you to like our page, share our page, and subscribe to our channel. We're available on all social media, so please like our page and share us with your friends, okay? Thank you so much. Today, I have two of my friends here. I have Miss Willa Thomas, who is the co-founder of 3D Financial. She's a mother and she's a wife. So welcome, Willa. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Okay. And we have my other girlfriend here. We have Nisha Elliott. She is a wife. She is a mother. She's an author. And she's also the founder of Transformation Tuesday.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
yes.
Welcome, Nisha. This is Nisha's
you.
first time on the show. So we want to just thank you for coming on out with us. And
Absolutely.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to be talking today about balancing motherhood as well as marriage. We here talk about on the marriage tune-up, we talk about fine tuning our marriages, and we through discussions. But this time, with it being Mother's Day, we wanted to talk about motherhood. Mm-hmm. And so, in keeping with our theme of talking about marriages, we thought it would be wise to talk about balancing that. We as wives, we find it hard sometimes to be able to balance ourselves, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our needs, self-care, and talking about also as well as being a mother, making sure our kids' needs are met, even when we have adult children, making sure their needs are met and making sure that they're taken care of or whatever, and also our husbands. So that takes a real balance to be able to do that. Absolutely. So I was thinking when I was doing the research and putting this together, I was thinking about, I always say, I wish that someone would have told me that, before I became a mother, right, and before I became a wife, I always say that I wish that someone would have told me that it's no longer going to be about me.
Right.
Like once I became a mom, and I became a mom before I became a wife, like 3 months before I became a wife. That's my story. And I was a mother first, and so once I became a mother, it was no longer about me, and I feel like someone should have told me that it's not about you. So that was my experience. Well, what was your experience?
Oh,
with
the
that?
exact same experience.
Okay.
And I said it the other day, like, why don't they teach you this in school?
Right.
That you're about to lose your entire life trying to take care of a husband and some kids.
Right. You're right.
So yeah,
you're right.
I wish somebody would have told me.
Yeah. Would you have still done it?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Exactly. What about you, Willa? What is?
Because I think I was a mother for well over a year before I became a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in my life, I was looking forward to being a mother because I needed something to help me pump my brakes.
Right. Okay. Okay.
But then came another child and a husband. You completely lose self.
Right.
You take all that on. It's gone, and everybody's calling you different names. Mama, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Definitely. And I that was definitely my experience. And I'm like, that's why I'm really passionate about these young women now, these young mothers and these young wives, and talking to them. And I want to tell you, I wasn't told, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that it's no longer about you. Once you decide to be a wife and be a mother, it's no longer about you. So
I think that's our responsibility,
right? To tell these girls so they won't be shocked. Like, well, I wish somebody would have told me. Like I say, I really wish I still would have made the same decision, but I still would have liked to have known.
Right.
Went into it more informed.
Right.
And we would have had more tools.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
So Holy Spirit was just dealing with me. Yesterday I was sitting in church listening to the word, and Holy Spirit, I was like, just trying to think about, balancing motherhood with being a wife. And Holy Spirit took me to Proverbs 31, but not just Proverbs 31. We know that's the virtuous woman. We know, she's better than rubies and all. But I wanted to go down to, I read through the whole thing, and verse 28 really caught me. It really caught me, and so I wanted to just see. Let me read it, and then we'll kind of unpack it a little bit, if you guys will. Okay. Yeah. So it says, "Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her." That's Proverbs 31:28. So. And when I just was kind of, trying to really think about that, so again, her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also. So he also calls her blessed and he praises her. So I was just thinking, what does that scripture say? What does it say to you? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Either one of you guys, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear this scripture? Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her.
For me, words, sometimes a group of words, a certain word will stick out for me. And the word that sticks out is arise.
Me too.
That means awakens. They know what they're doing. They're just not children leaning on the mother. So they're old enough to understand what mama's doing and appreciate her. So that's why it gives them praise. That's why they praise her. So that's one word that really speaks to me, that they arise.
Right. I agree with that. Definitely.
I was going to add that I don't know that my children have gotten to the point where they can actually verbalize it, but what I can say is I see it in their actions. When they lean on me or when they come to me and consult with me about certain things, then I know that they feel like I'm blessed in wisdom. Same thing with my husband. He might not say it so much, but I can see when he goes, "Oh, Niche, what can we do, help me out with?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He feels that value in me.
Right.
So that he will call on me.
Right.
Maybe not so much to say, "Oh, she's blessed," but I can see it in their actions.
Definitely. I totally agree and ditto both of what you said. I like that word you use, value. And that's what I was thinking too. When I think about that scripture, I think that my children, and when arise, they understand my value. They understand my worth, and they applaud me and they appreciate me for that. Right. That's exactly what I think of. Right. So let me ask you this: do you feel appreciated by your husband and your children?
I would say more so now that they're older and there's more years in our marriage and more years, as Nisha said, as our children become older. I think at times, God forbid, when I go home to be with the Lord, they're not going to know what to do.
That part.
It's like, I feel like I'm the glue. And if without me, everything would fall apart, because I feel like everybody leans on me for everything. So I do think that that they appreciate me. And sometimes I don't believe they'll know the full appreciation until one day I'm not here.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about that? That is deep. What do you think about that?
Well, you know what? I liken it to COVID. We didn't appreciate half the stuff that we had and did until we were stuck in this house, right? Or in our house, in our homes, and we learned that. Oh, wait a minute, I appreciate just rolling to the store real quick with all of my face covered and all, but So with that being said, like Willa was saying, you don't really get to appreciate something until they're not there, because you kind of take it for granted, and this is the norm. So I'm not going to say that they don't appreciate me. I'm going to say that it's just not. It just doesn't come to the awareness, like to say, "Oh, we appreciate you," except for when it's like Mother's Day and Christmas, and the gifts are flowing and the love.
Oh, your birthday!
For your birthday,
girl, your birthday month,
right?
September, I see them loving on you, baby.
Right.
I see them loving on you.
Okay. I know they appreciate me.
Yeah. Okay. So next question. In what ways what ways would you like for your husband and your children to show you appreciation, or do you like what they do right now? And what ways would you like for them to show it to you? And I'm going to ask this question too.
Well, I do feel appreciated. My love language is not gifts, because I feel like I can gift myself. So I don't require the flowers, and it's very nice when I receive them. But I just speak to me. Just tell me that you appreciate me. Acts of service.
So that is your love language. That's your love language. Acts of service. So if he came home and just cooked a good meal, or if he just swept the floor up, cleaned the kitchen up real good for you.
Take a nap and don't open open up no chips while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Because you're going to wake up.
I'm going to wake up. Go ahead now.
What ways can your husband and your children show you appreciation?
It goes back to the beginning of the conversation. You know, I've been a wife and a mom for so long that I don't even know anymore at some points. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told my friend, it's time for me to find Nisha instead of Nisha wife, Nisha mother, because I've been Nisha ever since I was pregnant when I got married.
Right.
So I've been Nisha mom and wife for all this time. But as it relates to right now, acts of service and gifts. Like, clean up the house and bring me some flowers.
Yeah.
Clean up the house and give me some Starbucks or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think I scored both very high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely gifts. I love flowers. Aaron just asked me today. So do I have to get you flowers for Mother's Day? Yeah. At first I said no. Then I thought, because I'd be hot if he didn't. So yeah, gifts is my love language. So yes, I expect. But you know what? I really like gifts when it's not Mother's Day. I like gifts.
Random.
Yeah, I like on a Tuesday. You know, just go ahead and just come home with some. I really like gifts like that, or
commercialized.
Feel
like I have to
on
get
Valentine's Day. You don't have to do it on Valentine's Day. Do it on February 15th.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
and not because the flowers on sale either. Cause,
right.
That part.
Right.
That part.
Or bring me some Halloween candy on November 1st. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know
The response is different though too when it's not expected.
Right.
Right.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I feel appreciated. Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not that just came to my mind. You are appreciated, but dear Mama, it just came to my mind right now. Okay. So yeah. So we're talking about balancing motherhood and marriage, and if anyone could talk about motherhood, or what mothers do. What don't a mother do?
I was about to say, what don't we do?
What doesn't a mother do?
Not do.
Yeah, that's what she not do. You right.
That's
That's right. All right. Okay. Because with us being busy, we're working because we work out. We all work outside the home. Okay,
Yes.
but not saying working. Well, we work inside the home too, raising
Nurses,
children.
counselors,
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
things we hear, because
Exactly.
we use for every aspect of living.
Exactly.
And we feel whatever the needs are.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, research shows that that stress that it can be really stressful to balance motherhood and marriage.
Absolutely.
Research shows that. So I was looking, and it was saying that making self-care a priority is something that can really help lower your stress and being able to balance motherhood with marriage. So we want to give you guys a few tune-up tips that will help you balancing self-care, motherhood, and marriage.
Shout out to May is Mental Health Month too.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. Okay, that's another one. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that one of her titles is LMFT.
LMFT.
LMFT, yeah, too. Okay, so that's licensed marriage and family therapist. That's my girl, Nasha Elliott.
She just gave my government name.
Nasha. Okay, so a couple of tune-up tips for balancing self-care. First one will be, and I want you guys to just, tell me, a quick blurb, how you guys are doing in this area of these tips or whatever. So these are the first tip is get enough sleep.
What's that?
So who here? Which one of you guys? How y'all doing with y'all sleeping? Because research shows that sleep is a big requirement of self-care. Like, naps are like really, really, really good. But see, I'm not a person that really likes naps. I don't really take naps because I go to beds. I don't have naps. I go to beds. Yeah, I go to beds. Like, yes, we came home yesterday from church. I went to bed. So I don't really do naps. Aaron can do a 30-minute nap. He takes a 30-minute nap every day on his lunch break. Every day.
It's good.
But for me, or a 15-minute nap every day, but I can't do it. I have to. I take a go to bed. So. So naps are not really, but sleep is very important to me. I need about 8 hours of sleep to really function well. I need about 8 hours of sleep, 7.5 to 8.
Got it. Let's say that's what you're supposed to have by 8.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Whoever they are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They also say that sleep promotes it promotes weight loss too, and that's one.
I'm about to go home and go to bed.
Let's go now, Willow.
That's an advantage. That's an advantage of getting enough rest. Of getting enough rest, getting enough slumber is yes. It does.
I understand.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you. So get your sleep.
So you can tell I ain't even sleeping.
Shut up.
Right. That's what I'm gonna say. That's why I got this 16-year-old baby bump.
That's not true. That's not even true. That's not true. That's not true. Okay, so you don't. So how many hours of sleep you get a day?
If I get 6, I say I'm doing well.
Oh wow.
Because I can get to bed.
Okay.
And then Brian had an iPad on or something, and we watching a show or
crunching up chips.
Something. And
Brian be doing too much, man.
Like I look up, it's like midnight. So
Okay. What about you, Nish?
Oh yeah, like 4 or 5 hours.
That's it.
Yeah, I just heard that mantra. I'll sleep when I die. All my life, like you got to work. You know, I'm just saying you got to hustle. So sleep isn't important to me. So it's just like I don't make it as a priority, which I probably should because I need to lose this baby bump. So,
how old is the baby?
16.
Okay. All right. Okay. It says next tune-up tip would be take care of your appearance. How are you guys doing with that? I think you guys are doing very well with that. I might say this. I think you guys, I think you guys are definitely taking care of your appearance. Appearance has always been very important to me. It's it's super important to me, and it's more important to me as I got older. To make sure I don't want to look my age. I don't want to look 50. So not just in the clothes I wear, but in my skin, in my skincare. So now I'm starting to do facials. My girlfriend, shout out to Skin Station. My girl Senior, she does excellent facials. So yeah, I wanted to, just my appearance, not just in my clothes, but how I look, how I feel. So definitely that's a very important part of self-care for me, my appearance.
And I think the better you feel about yourself, the better you carry yourself.
Wow, yes,
so
definitely.
That's definitely something that the lights might not get paid.
Right. But I'm gonna have me some 100% Cambodian.
Right.
I'm gonna have me some Cambodian.
You might not be able to see it in the dark, in the sunshine.
Girl, you're gonna be able to see these highlights in this Cambodian. You're gonna be able to see all of this Brazilian.
Important to me because that's the first thing people see, and
right.
That's the first impression that they receive.
Right.
Is how you look. So
right.
I definitely try to put my best foot forward. For me,
right,
he benefits from it, but it's definitely absolutely for me.
Absolutely. Okay, you agree, Nish?
Oh, absolutely. I think my appearance changed when I went to the South. Because when I'm a Cali girl, I went to the South to go to college. I was in shorts, Daisy Dukes, t-shirt, and tennis shoes. But they was like, oh no, that's not how we roll on our campus. Because in the South, it's about appearance. Especially on Sundays, right?
Wow, yes.
Right. So I think it changed once I went to college, went to a different environment. That's when I was like, oh yeah, I gotta look good. And like you said, if you look good, you feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know this is a hard one for you and you. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Unplug, logging off. Just being able to just unplug from the day. Being able to just unplug from just not really life, but just being able to unplug from the kids, the job, the ministry, the football, the you know what I mean? Just just like Calgon take me away type thing. How are you guys able to do that? That's self-care. That's very important to be able to almost like to be able to shut your brain off and just,
No.
No.
I would have to be not in my home to be able to shut down. Like I'd have to be on a women's retreat or go visit my colleagues in Virginia. I would have to actually leave my home to be able to shut down. There's no shutdown for me. No.
Really?
Oh, no.
Wow. What would happen if you did, Nish?
If I did shut down at home, it's not going to happen because my younger son's going to come in and say, Mom, can you? Mom, can you? I think that's my name. Mom, can you? It's just not Mom. Yeah. So he's going to do that, of course. And my older son, he's cool, but there's always a Mom, can you? Even for my husband, Mom, can you? So there's no way to shut down. And I don't fault anybody because that's the way I've allowed my life to be. Like, don't ever not come to me. Wake me up out of my sleep if you need me. Same thing my dad taught me. It don't even matter. Come get me. If you need me, come get me. So, that's what I've allowed in my life. And so now I'm transitioning as my family is transitioning. I'm learning how to set limits and boundaries. But it's most definitely difficult because I don't want my kids to transition in this last phase of their journey and I'm like, not available. So I'm still like,
I understand
wake
that.
me up.
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
So how often are you able to go off, like you said, to a retreat or whatever to, to be able to get away?
I used to go once a year. But of course, COVID has changed that. But I used to go once a year, women's retreat, or I go to Virginia every 3 years or whatever, and just veg out. That's the time I can do that. Really, just set that time out for myself.
Okay. Okay. You know what I try to do to unplug? I watch trashy TV. Like I watch reality stuff, like stupid stuff, like Flavor of Love or something like that, or whatever, just to be able to escape reality. Because I know I was about to discuss. I know it's like some BS, whatever. It's not really true. So just to escape reality or whatever, I will watch. I'll watch trash TV.
It don't irk you?
I unplug. No, I'm unplugging. I'm just like, what? I look at this heifer. She knows I know it's not real. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, just to be able to unplug and just, just Calgon take me away kind of thing or whatever. Then I just kind of watch trashy TV. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so number 4 is, and I know you got this one down, and me and you, we trying to get there with the exercise regularly. You definitely do that. So
because I eat regularly. I'm gonna eat it, everything. All 3 of my kings cook, I'm eating it. So I need to exercise regularly.
Girl, I be getting hungry seeing the stuff you putting on Facebook and on Instagram talking about tonight Sonny didn't cook what y'all had? Y'all had the shrimp thing the other day or whatever. It's like the shrimp feast. I'm like, man, there's always something.
It's
different
ridiculous.
pizzas, make your own pizza night. I'm like, they be doing too much.
They trying to hold me down. That's what it is, and I get sucked in every.
Yeah. Okay, but we trying though.
Yeah.
We been doing. I see you out there doing your walk. You've been doing your walking chronicles.
I'm trying to get 10,000 steps a day and drink a gallon of water a day, and trying to implement that. And I think anything that you're intentional about, you'll stick to it better, and especially if you have an accountability partner. So it's 2 other ladies in the office that I say, I got one cup of water, 1 gallon of water, 1 gallon. 1 bottle, 2 bottles, I'm only getting a gallon a day. So we kind of hold each other accountable, because I see somebody that had 3 and I ain't had none. I'm drinking 3 real quick. So to have somebody that helps you become accountable will definitely help you do a better job of that.
Okay.
Right, because I was shocked you got up, what was it, Saturday morning and walked?
Yeah.
Go, girl.
Yeah. I rolled over and I was like, girl, you better get out of bed.
Looking like Devin.
Wingstop biscuits.
Wow, yeah.
Yeast rolls.
Ooh, girl, buttery too.
Avoid it.
Okay, so quality time with family. Now we definitely do this quality time with our family.
Absolutely.
So do you feel like this? Do you feel like this suffers? That your quality time with your family suffers because everybody's on different schedules? I know in my house it is. It isn't really. I mean. Yeah, it kind of, we don't do it as much. We don't have as much quality time because of the fact that Cameron's 22, he works graveyard. Keenan works, in the daytime, and he goes to school, online. And then I work, my hours, I work 10-hour days, and then Aaron has to go to bed at 9 o'clock because 4:30 comes really early. He always says that. So he works from home. But yeah, so our schedules are kind of like, it's not 2 shifts passing in the night, but it's not like, the weekend comes, we try to do Sundays as especially when COVID first hit, we would make sure we got all in the living room together, and we would have our, watch our service and then talk about what we learned in the message. So we definitely would try to do family time, whatever, but yeah. Sure. It definitely suffers because of our work schedules. What do you guys say?
As your children become adults,
right?
It's definitely harder because not only do they have their own schedules, they have their own families.
Right.
So we used to once a year get together and everybody go on a vacation together. That way, we're stuck in a hotel room. You don't feel stuck until like the 3rd or 4th day. You're like, okay, get me out of here.
You right. Cuss?
Everybody go.
Was it coming up?
Go on.
Came up right here.
Right. Yeah. So. We definitely need to do better with that because everybody's in their own city or with their family, trying to spend time with their direct family.
Right.
So it's important for us to schedule a time so that we can get together as our core unit to do that.
Right. Okay. That's same with you.
Well, my kids are still in high school,
right?
So we spend a lot of time together, too much time together, But but we intentionally do things like we'll do game night, the 4 of us, so it won't be just us.
Beach day. I just saw y'all just recently did that.
Absolutely. So we sit down and eat dinner most times. than not. So that gives us family time together automatically. So, but we try to do other things like I said, game night or watch a movie. We sat and watched Michael Todd the other night. So it was, it's good stuff that happened. So I don't think that I have experienced that coordination of trying to keep family together or get family together because my kids are still in high school.
You know what they say? They say that a family that sits down and eats dinner together stays together.
Prays and stays.
I was like, wow. I wonder what that. Yeah, but I can see.
Last time we ate together.
Yeah, because we typically don't. We typically have our little trays. I might be up in the retreat. Cam come in, whatever. Keenan go eat out with his girlfriend or whatever. Aaron and I eat together a lot, but I don't really know the last time we all sat down, just the four of us, and had a meal together. Can you, babe?
Did you have with the they had the phones within their hands?
Right.
Yeah. I noticed that too. Yeah. Almost to the point we need to make that as a rule. Like, don't bring your phone to the table.
Right.
Because we were, when we go to restaurants, we're like this. Everybody on their own phone. So we don't have any conversations.
Right.
So
We're not together.
Yeah, we're together, but
Exactly,
we're
not together. And I think we've done it all of our kids' lives. So it's unnatural really to do anything different. You know what I'm saying? But conversation happens naturally because that's where we've always been at that table. So I don't have the teenager like, why are we at this table? We all talking about, well, it's really football. But anyway, we all can have a conversation. They don't feel like they have to be at the table. They want to be at the table.
Oh, that's great.
And plus they cook.
That's great. That's a blessing.
It's
that's
just
a
a family
blessing,
environment.
girl. That's a blessing.
It is.
That's a blessing.
I'm blessed.
All right. So what about this? Another tip is to be great to yourself. Let me give you a little background on that. Nurture yourself, take time for your passions, and find time to work towards your personal goals. Continuing to grow and thrive will help your family to grow and thrive as well. So in balancing motherhood and marriage, or being a wife, or wifedom, whatever you want to call it, wifedom, take time to be great to yourself. So let me ask you guys, ask a question. As a mom and a wife, how are you being great to yourselves?
I'm definitely great to myself. I go towards all my goals. I just fight for what I want. That's why I only get 4 hours of sleep because although I'm going to do for y'all, I'm still going to do whatever side stuff I need to do. Like you said, football. I love being on a booster club. I love exercising. I love doing those things. So I don't need to be, I'm not really a TV fanatic, so I don't really watch TV that much. So my go-getting keeps me alive.
Okay.
So if I wasn't doing that, I think I would be miserable. So that's why I was like, when I take something off my plate, something just jumps back on. It don't matter. But that satisfies me because I'm fulfilling goals and I'm, moving. I just can't sit still. It's my personality.
Okay, so you being great to yourself by trying to accomplish your goals.
Absolutely. I can be greater though with self-care.
Yes.
I can. If I incorporate that in there,
Right.
I would be greater to myself.
Right.
I'm great, but I need to be greater.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to be bomber.
Okay. Okay. Bomber. Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you say? How are you great to yourself?
Myself by treat myself.
What do you treat yourself to?
Whatever I want. So I have to put a limit on it sometimes because it can become a problem.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yes, I'm getting all those wigs and that's a treat for me.
Yes.
I feel like I work very hard.
Absolutely.
And I deserve it. And I have to tell myself, okay, you slow down with your deserves because it's getting out of hand. So
Okay. Okay.
definitely a treat. I treat myself. That's why I said gifts are not my love language because I give myself. I don't have to wait for somebody to give me something that I want. I just go get it.
Okay. 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 All right. I feel like I'm being great to myself by now. I feel like I'm being great to myself by trying to be to know my worth, know my own self-worth, and to be my true, authentic self. I think that is me being great to myself. I think that I have second-guessed myself for much of my life. And so now, I don't know, something about turning 50. Something about turning a half a century that makes you, I just feel like I have to be true to me. I have to be true to myself first. I'm not going to be good for anybody else if I am not true and to myself. So, and be my authentic self. Now, if you don't like that, then I'm sorry.
Are
not
you?
sorry.
I'm not sorry. Right.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
not sorry.
Not sorry.
Exactly.
Not,
Yeah.
really not really
Right.
sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna be authentic. I'm gonna be my true self. So that is what I feel is being great to myself, and that's what I've done since January 27, 2021. I've been trying to focus on that. Thank you. Okay, staying positive. I think that you do an awesome job on that, both you guys. I have to give that. I would have to say definitely, Willa. Yeah, hats off to Willa's gonna find a way to pull out the positive. Well, he broke his leg. Well, he got two. You know, she's gonna figure out a way.
I'm telling you. And also sometimes to a fault, because parenting and having that type of positive attitude, I had a son tell me, could you not do that? Because when I tell you my boss did this, you can't say, well, maybe he just be my mother for a minute. Just be on my side. So stop trying to always find good in everybody else. Just go with what I'm telling you. So sometimes it's a fault. So, but yes, I'm always trying to find something good. In every situation and in every person. I think you're a great person until you show me otherwise.
Hello.
Or some people are. I don't think you're that good of a person until you show me otherwise. I have the flip side of the
So
idea.
optimistic, positive versus pessimistic and negative.
Right.
So it says make sure you say more positive things than negative. You have that down pat. Don't worry about it. You as well. Negatives include corrections, complaints, nagging, and lecturing. Positives include telling them that you love them by your words or by your actions. Positive, so I think that you definitely have that down. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you
as a mom, I'm rough as a mom.
Are you?
I'm a rough mom. Yeah, I'm rough. I mean, I praise.
Give me an example.
I'm rough. Like I'm raising boys. This world's not gonna be nice to you.
Right.
So I'm
Black
rough.
boys. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So my voice is rough. I have a strong voice. I'm gonna straighten it out with the quickness, but I do praise.
Yeah.
But I don't. My kids always say, "Mom, you're not the nicest mom." I say, "Prove it." And so we go down a list, and they figure out I am the nicest mom. I might talk with a bark, but I'm looking out for whomever. I'm taking care of. Your needs are met. I'm available. So, but I'm a tough mom. Really? So, I don't think my kids would say my positives outweigh.
Well, hold on, I got a question for that. Hold on. Okay, but let me. I got a question for that, but let me ask. Well, you just gave me one. So, what would your how are you as a wife? And in the positive category, as in not correcting, complaining, nagging, or lecturing. How are you in that category as a wife?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay. I'm not a nagger. I'm not gonna nag you. If you don't do it, I'm going to. You know what I'm gonna figure out how I'm going to. So I mean, I'm not a nagger in that way. But when I get hot, like as fish grease, it's all
you get
kinds of hot. Yes. In my 20s, it was ugly. It was nasty.
Really?
But as I've gotten older and I've become a woman, and I'm like, okay, it don't take all that. You know what I'm saying? So
how come I don't take all that anymore?
Well, because he's going to be who he is until he's ready to be different, right? And so when I was younger, I felt like he was going to be who he is until I helped him to be different. So I had to learn that it's not me. So if you want to do it that way, that's fine, and I'm going to leave it alone. So that's what changed me. And then I'm too old for all the drama. I don't got time for the drama. So I think that's what has changed in me.
Well, here, how about this? Can you share a time that you wanted to be negative? I know it's going to really be hard for you, Willa. This is really going to be hard for you. So can you share a time where you wanted to be negative as a mom or a wife, but you chose to be positive? Can you guys think of a time that you wanted to, like, you know what, I'm about to hoop ride on this dude right now. All these kids, I'm about to hoop bang on them. But then you was like, some just said, it was like the good and the evil. And you was like, all right, I'm going to go with the good. I'm gonna keep it cute right now.
Absolutely. More recently, you
want to share?
Like my oldest son, I'm trying to get him to just finish strong.
It's a senior year.
So it's a senior year, finish strong. And so lots of stuff are, not up to my standard. And so I'm like, well, he's who he's going to be at this point. So I've learned to relax on, like, you're missing out on this. So, but let me know when you need some support, or let me know when you need help. Just allowing him to become who he is, even though I want to be like, dude, have you lost your, I do want to do that.
Right.
But I'm like, what's the point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think as I'm getting older, my kids are getting older, I'm shutting it down a little bit, because like I said, what's the point? It's not worth it.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You?
I giggle to myself because I can remember a time when I came downstairs and my son was downstairs in the shower with a girl.
What just happened?
They in the shower together, right? So I could have, kicked the door in, but that's just not my personality. So I just sat on the couch and waited for them to come out the bathroom.
No, you did not.
That's what I did. That's just how I roll. I'm just gonna be. This is me upset. This is me happy. This is just how I roll. I was like, wow. So you taking showers? Do I live with you, or you living with me? So he thought whatever I did, he thought it was unfair. So he said he was gonna move out. I was like, let me help you.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. So that was the time.
Girl, my mouth is open. Girl, how was you able to hold yourself to sit there and let this cat have a shower? And the disrespect.
We all would have been in the shower.
We ought to have been wet.
Right, because
we were not even
everybody
We ought to have been wet.
Right.
Well, but oh my good girl.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So I've had some challenges. My one son, he definitely, I say he got my knees raw because he made sure I stayed near the cross.
Lord, keep me near the cross.
Right.
So I learned that, we used to go back and forth when I was a more of a cusser. I remember it was his birthday.
You was a cusser?
Fish fry, and I was taking him somewhere, and we got into it, and I was like, F you. He's like, F me? I mean, we saying the 4 words back and forth, and he got out of the car in the middle of the street at a light. So, yeah, it didn't change until I had a very good friend of mine tell me, inside of every man is a king and a fool, and the one that speaks is the one that you talk to. So as long as you speak to him like you're a fool, that's what he's gonna act like. If you speak to him like you're a king, that's how he'll act.
And you stopped cussing?
And I stopped cussing at him. I started having a more even tone when we had conversations, and I noticed that our relationship shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, I ain't even gonna tell y'all about the time that
yes, you are. You're gonna tell us.
About that time. Oh God, I get emotional thinking about that particular thing. I ain't gonna tell you about the time that I came home and Cameron was like, I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say Cameron, my son. Oh, I already said Cameron. my son was saying he had something to tell me, and Aaron was like, yeah, go on and tell your mama. Yeah. And he said that he thought he think he had the girl pregnant. And I was just like,
mama thoughts, huh?
Oh my God.
She about to be G-Mom.
Right.
Girl, and I'm like, I think I might have been like 42.
Yeah.
but so I'm like, I can't be nobody grandmama. I'm only 42 years old. But I know, right? Right. And so so we went over to the girl's house or whatever, and it was just not a good situation. Yeah. And I wanted to choke the life out of him. Like, you put me in this situation, but I ended up still trying to build him up because he was already feeling. Right. So I sat and I talked to him and just tried to still build him up. Right. So even though it was a negative situation, and I wanted to make it even more negative by going off and nagging and cussing and slapping and fighting. I wanted to fight him, but I did not. I went ahead and I just cried. So because I'm sure. I took my mom and dad through that kind of stuff too. So I'm not even going. When telling him I
was a good kid.
I was too. When I was asleep. You was good at something?
Right.
You silly.
We all are.
You silly. Okay, so the next one is meet frustration with love. And that kind of, that's kind of like that situation I just said, I just talked about with my son. I definitely, instead of meeting the frustration with frustration, I met it with love. Right. But I failed in that area so many times. Yeah. So,
we learn. And I always say that the only time 2 negatives equal a positive is in math.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
Yeah, right,
Girl,
right.
I went to school for psychology. I don't know what you're talking about. No, but I remember. Do you guys remember that retreat when what's the oldest couple in our church? Yes, I know their name. Boykins.
The Boykins. Mrs. Boykins.
And we were at the marriage retreat, a women's retreat. And she said, baby, it's better to catch a bee with honey than with vinegar. And something like that.
Right.
Phrase.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. That's exactly what she said.
And so when that resonates with you, that's just in anything you do. You know, when you want to engage your kids, if it's a frustrating moment, you will engage them better if you have honey and love and kindness than with vinegar. But you really don't realize it, like you said, until later on, or when you're older and they're older, and you're like, dang, I wish I had confronted that situation with honey instead of vinegar. Yeah.
Well, it says right here. It says to when your spouse or when your kids are acting out, surprise them.
Your spouse acting out.
Yeah. Oh, spouses act out. I know. Your spouse don't ever. Your spouse ain't never act out.
You said ever?
Ever. I'm just saying ever. Your spouse.
Absolutely. It was just funny.
My spouse has acted out. Yeah. Go ahead and raise your hand. So surprise him instead of reacting back in frustration or anger. Make a funny face or try to lighten it up or whatever. Or offer them a hug. Can I just tell you that? I'm still trying on that one because most of the time my frustration is met with anger. I fail in that area. G really. So in that area. So what about you guys? Has there ever been? Are you guys good in that area? Are you able to take a frustrating situation and change it and meet it with love instead of anger? Now remember,
immediately
you're frustrated. You're completely frustrated.
Right. I'm going to probably be quiet.
Turn the AC on. It's hot.
I'm probably going to be quiet. Does that count for meeting it with love? Because I ain't saying nothing.
For a week. I ain't got nothing to say for a week. I ain't saying nothing for a week, dude.
Really?
Absolutely. That's good.
She gonna pat her own self. Look, that's good. Is that good? That's good.
Because Nisha, it would just be all kinds of cuss words slinging and flying and hot.
You know, I'm happy that
just quiet.
Hello.
Really?
Thank Jesus she quiet now. Because it would be, right? So one time I was hot as fish grease, right? And Malk left. He left the house. And when he was leaving, I was cussing and fussing and hot. This was when we was younger. Cussing and fussing and hot. And I told him, you leave now. When you come back, I'm going to be just as hot as when you left. As soon as he closed the door and drove off, I was like, okay. Went, got me a drink, chilled. He walked in that house, and I was like, and what I was talking about was, like, you leaving wasn't going to stop me, dude.
Right.
So, but I think it's so much better now because I just go, okay. Now go in my room, and he probably won't hear from me for a week.
Does that affect him?
I don't know because he better not say nothing to me because that might just stimulate the crazy, right? Or he just doesn't say anything to me because that might stimulate the crazy. He just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
So either way,
right.
He's like, I'm damn if I do, damn if I don't.
Right, just leave
Don't
me
stimulate the oh man.
stimulate the crazy.
Don't stimulate the crazy.
Man. So okay. So what about you, Willa? Is that an area that you're good in, or
I'm just
or do you feel
quiet and not quiet in regards like at days at a time, just in that moment to let me. I'm trying to, because I can cuss you out just like this, and I don't have to say one cuss word, talk in this tone, I can look you dead in the eye and have a very gentle conversation, but you know that
you there?
You out right now.
Right. Really? You there? You there right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Last one. Oh no, I'm sorry. One more.
Okay.
Two more. Okay, two more. It's two more. Get your family's opinion. Ask your kids and your partner, or your spouse, ever so often, how they think you're doing as a parent and a spouse. Ask them the ways they would like you to improve, and try to listen with open ears. Maybe that would inspire them to ask you the question too, someday. So my question to you guys is, from that. If we asked your husband and your kids, how you were doing as a spouse and a mom, what would they say?
I think as a spouse, I think I'm doing amazing.
Amazing?
I said it.
Did you pop up like that?
I thought that was Brian that popped up. But I think as a mother, I'm doing even better.
Really?
100%.
100%?
I'm a better parent to my adult children than I was when they were younger.
How so, Willa?
When my children were younger, I was as well. So I wasn't as attentive. I wasn't as present. I probably didn't see their value as much as I do. I know the mistakes that I made. So, and my life is based on me dying empty. I got to give everything I got while I'm here. So I make sure if you have your own business, Baker Dave's, I'm pumping you up. If you got your own business, King's Carpet Cleaning, I'm pumping you up. Whatever it is that you need, if it's financial, if it's motivational, if it's spiritual, you need me to pray, whatever you need at any hour, I'm always available.
What about, thank you. What about a spouse? What about your spouse?
The same thing for him as well.
So you said you were amazing.
I think I'm amazing.
Okay.
Okay,
you think he would say that you were amazing? Because the question
is that what the question
that's
was?
the question was.
Right.
What do you think?
Like, what would he say?
What would he say? Not what you think you are. What would he say?
He would say I'm okay. I got some.
He would say you're shy. You know how big like, yeah, shy. I ain't going nowhere. Shy. Okay.
Except for y'all gonna pull my A back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Niche, and same question for you.
Oh dear, yeah.
So
didn't we talk
you
about
forgot the
like,
question. You forgot the question. Let me ask you: if we asked your husband and your kids how you were doing as a spouse and a mom, what would they say?
What would they say?
Now, what you think? What would they say?
I'm gonna say my kids are like, yeah, my mom is a great mom. My kids will give me a great mom because I'm down for them. I told them I'm your biggest cheerleader. I don't care what's going on in this world. I'm your biggest cheerleader, right? For Malcolm, he probably would say I need a whole bunch of work. not just a whole bunch of work, right? Right. But I think he would be like, she good, she cool. Right?
I'm good, homie. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Okay. Because I think, I think I do a fair job at being a wife.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, let me answer that question too. Okay. I think that my kids would say now that because me and Keenan and we're best friends. Oh. Yeah, we're best friends. Well, we were, and then he grew up. Well, but I think that Cameron. I think I have a really good relationship with Cameron, Keenan, and I think I could probably do better. I think Alice and Christian would say that I could probably do better in reaching out because they don't live. Cameron and Keenan live in the house with us, but Alice and Christian live in another state. So I think they would say that I could do better. I think that Cameron and Keenan would say that I have done better and I'm improving, but I still could be. I could do more. Keenan would say, "Mom, you do more for Cameron, so you should do the same amount for me, or whatever." So, but I think he would say now that I've made some improvements. Okay. We had to talk about a year ago, and he really opened up and told me how he really felt. And so I made it a point to try to be more present with my kids, to try to be more, just present and available for my kids, for both of them. I think my husband would say that I'm alright. I think he say she alright. I'll keep her. I think he would say that he would want to have more sex, and that I can give up more sex and more sessions. I think he would say that, not just. Are you saying yes? You agree with what I'm saying?
I'll take the
fifth. But I think that's what he would say. But I think he say I'm doing okay. But could he have a little bit? Could he have a little bit more? He probably say yeah, right, babe?
No, I don't need any more.
Really, you don't? Stop lying. Okay. All right. Last one. Share dreams at home. Dreams and stories can be cherished for their own sake in the daily life of a family. When your children or your spouse wants to share their dreams, make room for that in your busy life. Again, we as moms, we're busy, we're working, we're being moms, we're being wives, we're, ministry leaders, we're on the football, we're booster club, we're running our own businesses, we're virtuous. You know what I mean? So, it says making daily space for dream sharing encourages creativity and helps both kids and the parents by showing you things that need further action. So my question to you guys is, do you know your family's dreams? Have you created a safe environment for your family to share?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
You know your kids and your husband's dreams?
Absolutely. I know. I totally know his dreams. I know both my children's dreams and aspirations, and I've always encouraged that to the point of I'm there to support. I'm available and present for your dreams. Whatever I need to do to help you cultivate those dreams, I'm there too. Because, like I said, I'm a go-getter too. So it would be just trifling to me if I'm out there fighting for my dreams and I'm not supporting theirs.
Right.
Again, that's the reason why I sleep 4 to 5 hours.
Right.
Because, I'm trying to be there for everybody's dream. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out when this track meet is that my son got that I got to take off work for, and so I can support whatever you're doing. I think that's key in our family.
Definitely.
You fight for what you want.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Definitely. I see that.
I would say I know their dreams. Some of mine I spouted out before. I definitely have entrepreneurs in the making. I think I can do a better job of knowing the details and
That's good.
And helping them to get from point A to point B. Because we can know right here that we want to get way back here, but we don't know how to get what the middle looks like.
Right. Right.
So
The
I need to
process.
help them more in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I would say that I definitely know my kids' dreams. And I definitely know what my husband's dream is as well. And I am doing my best to support them in that, whether it be emotionally or financially, spiritually, whichever way that I can provide resources to them, whatever way I could do that, then that's what I'm trying to do.
That's
Okay.
excellent.
So again,
Absolutely.
so these tips are just tips to help us to try to balance better motherhood and wifeadom. I made that word up right now. Yeah, I'm copyrighting them. Wifeadom. So we're trying to do that. So we want to just give you guys a few little tips on that. So we have one more session of our episode, and it's the JM2C. We're not doing the what's under the hood segment because we had a lot of questions this time that we just had a little conversation. We're just sitting here talking and vibing, had a conversation, and it is Mother's Day. So you know what, we want you guys to get back to your being pampered. You women out there and husbands, you're out there, and kids, pampering your mothers and your wives. So we're going to go ahead and close out with today's JM2C, and I am going to read it without glasses. So yeah, just go ahead and bear with me. I got it, babe. I got it. Okay, it's on font 18. I got it. 16. Okay. So it says, hello, marriage tune-up. My name is Cheryl, and I am a married woman with 3 children. My husband and I have been married for almost 10 years. I am a stay-at-home mom, and my husband is an engineer who makes really good money. My husband recently came to me and told me that his mother has asked to come and live with us, and he told her she could without discussing it with me. He says his mother deserves to be taken care of because she is his queen mother, in quotations. I'm really feeling some kind of way for him referring to his mother as the queen. I am the only woman that he should refer to as the queen. His mother and I get along okay, but she is super bossy, and she tends to treat him more like her husband rather than her son that is married. Married is married. Okay, large, all caps. I have 2 issues with this. First of all, he told me she was coming instead of asking me my opinion, and we never discussed parents, family, living with us. Secondly, his mother does not respect me, and the woman of my and his mother does not respect me as the woman of my home, and my husband doesn't have my back when it comes to his mother. What should I do? Should I let her come live with us, or tell my husband that he can look for a senior living home for his mom? Signed, Queen who?
Not Queen who.
Queen who?
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Just from I listened to the letter very intently.
Uh-huh.
Her being a stay-at-home mom, he makes all the money. He sees her as a dependent, not as an equal.
Right.
So in his mind, this is just my view. I don't have to ask you,
Right.
because basically all this is me. So if I say my mama coming to stay, my mama coming to stay.
Right.
Really?
So that's just by his actions. That's what he's shown.
But is that right?
It is not right.
Oh, no.
I think there's two important ingredients in a marriage. One is communication and one is compromise, but you haven't even given me the opportunity to compromise because you just told me what we're going to do.
Right.
So you've taken my power away.
Right.
So
Definitely.
I would advise to have a serious conversation, but senior living sounds really good. He makes really good money. So it can be close to the house, but it can't be at the house.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's deep.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm going to say one thing.
Go ahead,
Because your
yeah.
marriage is going to suffer.
Definitely. And your
Without a
marriage
doubt.
has to be the more priority.
Yes.
Because the word says, leave
And clean.
and cleave. And you know, I know he was talking to the mother and to the woman and the man, but I want to say, I don't know, I might be wrong, but was he saying that to the man? Was he talking to the man to tell him to move from his to leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife? I want to say I want to say it was specific in saying to the man to leave his parents and cleave to his wife. I want to say that. I may be wrong. Don't quote me, but I want to say that it is to leave. It was speaking to the man in that instance to say to leave your. Am I right or wrong? You want? I'm right about. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So your mom. Yeah, it's definitely, but I definitely agree with you that I can see that as well. And I think that's why she put that. She wanted us to know that she is a stay-at-home mom. But here's my thing: stay-at-home mom is taking care of 3 children. She didn't say the ages of the children.
4.
Cause him, you're right. You're right. Staying at home and taking care of 4 people. For human beings, taking care of 4 human beings, that is not an easy plight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah. So I think that I agree with you that he is saying that because he makes the money, and that is why. I'm going. That is why.
Right.
That's why I'm gonna go ahead and even if we hit the lottery, I'm still gonna probably have to work and have a little bit because yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like it gives you a little bit of more say.
Right.
It gives me not that I don't
And I don't
know.
know if you need to say if he respects you as
Right.
as
an equal?
right?
Yeah.
That we're in a partnership.
Right.
It's not just you running the ship and then I have to just follow.
Right. And if him and his mom, if her and her mom don't, she said they get along okay.
And
she
acts
bossy?
like he's her husband.
See,
then
that wasn't gonna work for
so
me.
now we in competition because
Yeah.
I am the wife and you think that you're the wife.
Right.
So how's that gonna work?
Yeah.
Well, I would say I would go back to when I was saying what I've allowed in my household. Like they stop me, they interrupt me, they come and get me.
Right.
It's because I've allowed it. Unfortunately, it might not be the nicest thing to say for someone to hear, but what has she allowed to transpire in her home? Whatever she's allowed, that's how he's treating her. He feels like he does not have to go to her because that has been allowed in that household, and the treatment is accepted. So as you can tell, because he's like, I don't even have to consult with you, and she's the queen bee, and he doesn't stop his mom from disrespecting her. So what has been allowed? Because it would be different if she stopped that immediately. I understand you're my provider, but you're going to respect me as your wife. And, just setting that standard from jump.
Definitely.
Because the moment you don't set the standard, whatever he chooses to be the standard becomes the standard.
Right.
So unfortunately, it's what she's allowed.
Right.
In addition to that, I would say that I think it's always important for couples to have that conversation about who's going to take care of who, right? Because I'm closest to my mom, so inevitably my mom will probably end up living with me one day, right? So, but I have to set that standard that my mom can't disrespect my husband, and that's my husband, not her husband. So you have to set standards in place in your life before it gets to the point of no return, because to me this sounds like the point of no return. Mom's is coming.
Right.
She coming. She ain't going to
Is
those
she?
things. She coming.
Oh,
Because
no.
I don't know that she's set that standard like, oh, you're going to respect me. So now she's either going to have to give an ultimatum, and is she ready for that ultimatum?
I don't know
ready
for
for whatever he chooses.
I don't know
Right.
for sure that dude is coming. I mean, that mom is coming. I don't
What
know
did
for
she
sure.
say?
She said
Mom is coming.
no, she said that he told her that she could. She said mom called and asked if she could come, and he said yes, and didn't without discussing it with her.
Mom is coming.
Mom is coming.
Okay.
So, and it's funny that you say, we have the discussion about, who's going to stay where, because of course all of our parents get older.
Right.
Absolutely.
And when we bought the bigger home, I told Brian, okay, my parents can come live with us. And he was like, say what?
Right.
He's like, don't have them go sell their stuff.
Pump
They
right,
find where they at right now. If they get older, they can't take care of themselves, but it wasn't like I'm saying, hey man, pack up the room down there because they come to live. Because it's his house just like it's mine. So that would be unfair for me to say they sold their house, they're just gonna come live with us.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it does have to be a conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Aaron and I had that conversation. We had that conversation about he agreed to take care of my daddy, and and I agreed to take care of his mom. But that's it. That's it. But definitely, mother-in-laws, and my mother has to respect Aaron. Absolutely. This is Aaron's house, and Aaron's mom respects me as this is my house. This is not you coming in and taking over the house or whatever. But now if the mom had like a medical issue or something like that or whatever, then it would be that the nursing home. I think that's over our scope. So I think we should, So
right. That's why I was wondering, why does the mom have to come? Is it a sickness? Is something going on?
Yeah.
Why does the mom have to come? Or is she fully capable to take care of herself?
Yeah. So if you fully capable, then you can go. No, that's really gonna be a problem.
That's deep.
But anyway, so that's all we have for you today. I think we're right at our time. So we want to just say again, Happy Mother's Day to all the women out there. Please like our page. Please share this video with other people, and subscribe to our channel. It's the Marriage Tune -up. Let me say it again. It's the Marriage Tune -up. Okay, thank you guys so much, and we look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks. All right, bye.
Woke up, still smiling, sun shining, feel fine, and yo, it's one person I got to thank. And no, it ain't your mama or your Uncle Hank, it's Jesus, the one that'll get you going, keep you flowing high, you already know, and he'll lift you up, pick you up, get you up, he'll set you up in a life with less strife, that's just right, with pure love and more light. As long as you live it, mother, he got you. And now that you free, what's the plan for you? You better get him, let him, live him, kiss him, miss him, bug him, hug him, love him. And please stop talking this, that, and the third, and just focus on God in his word. Cause I'm lit, I'm free, the light I see, switch it up, I'm lit, I see the light